Hi guys, this is Omnimon21 here with my second YouTube upload and my second Pokemon Alphabetical Marathon Wi-Fi battle. Fortunately, the 7th alphabetical Pokemon in Generation 4 is an Ambipom. It is a great lead-in you often used, and therefore I was lucky. So I started with a Fake Out, get a flinch. It doesn't matter, well, the poison hacks doesn't matter too much because it's only a bit of damage. It would just make the life orb and poison multiply together, so my Ambipom isn't going to be able to survive too long, but that's just part of the game. So last battle I talked about what the marathon was about. This battle I'm going to talk a little bit about me. I'm 15 years old and currently in year 11, which means I'm taking my GCSEs towards the end of this year, or school year, so in June, July approximately. I misclicked Fake Out by accident, but it doesn't really matter since Toxic Spikes I have poison types to cover for, and it's not going to matter the extra Toxic Spikes. But anyway, so I'm taking my GCSEs, which are the General Certificate for Secondary Education in Britain or the UK, and so towards the end of this year there are important exams basically. I live in London and was born in London, but my origin is from India, so I do lots of Asian things too, like work. Okay, so he switches into Espeon, hopefully trying to bluff the Scarf, but hopefully just thinking that they will win the speed tie. Unfortunately they don't. It's a shiny Espeon, but with the recoil and the poison I will be knocked out. Anyway, that's why the Fake Out misclick was sort of bad, because I would have survived and been able to scout, but it didn't matter too much. I'm switching to Arbok for 3 reasons: to get rid of the Toxic Spikes, it has Intimidate, so physical sweepers won't be able to do much, plus it's banded and it's reasonably fast, so I know it can do decent damage to everything. I use Crunch and the HP bar goes down into red, and unfortunately does not kill, and so the Gardevoir is able to set up a Reflect, which is annoying, but what can you do? So I'm going to go for the Crunch again, hoping to kill, just not over predicting, since if I do over predict and switch out or something like that, then the Psychic may do a lot of damage to something or other. So I went for the safe Crunch. It does pitiful damage, something that Leftovers could recover instantly. Fortunately for me, or unfortunately, they have the Flame Orb, which burns the Milotic, activating the Marvel Scale ability, raising the defense by 1.5 times its original defense. But fortunately for me, it means that Leftovers gain isn't there, and they're losing a bit of health every turn, which is always a good thing, especially on a bulky Pokemon like Milotic. The Milotic uses Confuse Ray, which is a bit annoying. I hit myself in the confusion attempting to go for a discharge. I'm taking out the Milotic. Sorry, the quality isn't very good this battle. I am just using a normal webcam. In the future I hope that the quality would be better, but this is all I can do for now. So the Gardevoir sets up a light screen while the Reflect wears off. I go for the discharge, break through the confusion, and the HP goes down, and doesn't kill again. So the Gardevoir has Leftovers, not Light Clay, which I would expect, but which raises the turns of Light Screen and Reflect, but whatever. It goes for the Psychic, does about 3rd damage, and I go for the discharge, and my HP is now going down. I snap out confusion, go for discharge, HP goes down, down, and I get a crit and KO. Speaking about Ampharos, it's a great Milotic counter. It's got good special defense. It can KO with discharge, well, 2-hit KO, discharge, and it can toxic or whatever. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. But Thunderbolt would be better if you're using it as a Milotic counter. As you see, the Gardevoir would have killed it if I had a Thunderbolt. I switched to Aeridos because it is a pretty good Venusaur counter. It can take poison hits well, quad resist. It can take grass hits well, quad resists. And this Aeridos, which is an agility baton pass, Endure Aeridos, is able to set up and baton pass to Sweeper if needed. So this marathon I plan to use all of the different Pokemon, and it just shows how every Pokemon does have a unique way to do things and can be helpful, even unknown. So the Honchkrow that the person switches into goes for the Heat Wave, knocks me down to 1 HP due to the Endure. I forget about the Leech Seed. Well, activates my Salak Berry, and I hope to Baton Pass, Lychee Berry, which raises my attack, and I hope to Baton Pass. But the Leech Seed was there, which I totally forgot about, and I get knocked out. So I switch into my Aeridos, knowing it's a special Honchkrow that I can take pretty much any hit. Set up Reflect just in case it isn't a special Honchkrow, but it goes for the Whirlwind, which is unique for a Honchkrow, so I know that it has Heat Wave, Whirlwind, most likely Air Slash or something similar, and most likely Nasty Plot. Then I go for the first Gong Shot, it misses, it goes for the Nasty Plot, so I pretty much know the whole moveset now, knowing what I can take and can't take, which is always good in a battle. Once you know what moves they're doing, then you know what counter you can switch into. Second Gong Shot miss, and since it's choice banded, either would KO or take it down to red, so life or just measly small damage would KO. I am luckily unexpectedly able to survive. Go for a third Gong Shot, fortunately it misses. It is my fault for using just a 70 base power move, but Poison Jab is the other alternative, and it's 40 base less power, so I want power over accuracy this time round. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, it just depends. Switching to Arcanine, go for the Thunder Fang. It's the safest move. It hits the Milotic, it hits the Honchkrow, and if it switches to Venusaur, it's going to get cleared by the fire move anyway. So Arcanine is also a great Pokemon. It can be mixed, special, physical, scarf, banded, specs, life orb like my one is. It can do pretty much anything. Arbok is also great because it has Intimidate and many other good traits like Intimidate. It's poison, so it only has 2 weaknesses and has decent attack, decent speed, and it looks cool and is a Cobra. So they switch back to Milotic. I switched out Arcanine knowing I'll need it for the Venusaur for either KO it with a Flare Blitz or Overheat. And so I switch out to my ground Rock Bug type. So if you went for the Surf, it would have done probably taken me out, but they don't. Goes for the Dragon Breath, hoping for the Paralysis. So this is another unique set: Paralysis, Confusion combo. Unfortunately for him, doesn't get the Paralysis, so I'm able to finish off with X's. I'm not going for the Stone Edge just in case it misses. So here I have used all the Pokemon in next 6. So next 6 have been checked off, and I'm going for the next 6 again, which I believe starts with an Articuno. I go for the Stone Edge. Not really hoping to crit, knowing I've won this game either way. I predicted the Sleep Powder, to be honest. I didn't really care if it missed hit or whatever. Goes for the Sludge Bomb instead for Venusaur. Gets the Poison. Not very effective, doesn't do much damage. Gets the Poison, so I get a little bit more damage. on me having 2 Pokemon, they have Arcanine and Ampharos. Ampharos probably would get stalled out with Leech Seed, maybe Protect or Toxic or similar moves. Since I have HP Ice, it might not, but whatever. Then I just use Exeter just in case it misses, or Stone Edge would miss. So I hope you enjoyed this battle. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in the future.